What happens when a voice refuses to disappear? When the lights go out, when the stage is empty, when the singer is gone? Most legends fade into memory. Freddie Mercury didn't. Silence came first. A pause the world didn't know how to fill. Then something unexpected happened. The music grew louder. Not on stage, but everywhere else. In cars, in bedrooms, in headphones worn by people who weren't even born when he lived. Time tried to move on. The songs refused. Freddie Mercury became more than a performer. He became a presence. One that doesn't age, one that doesn't weaken, because his legacy was never tied to a moment. It was tied to feeling. Joy without apology, pain without shame, confidence without permission. He taught the world something simple. You can be many things at once. Strong and fragile, bold and afraid, loud and deeply human. After he was gone, Queen's music didn't freeze in the past, it traveled forward. Each generation discovered it differently. Some heard power, some heard freedom, some heard permission to be themselves. Freddie didn't leave instructions, he left emotion, and emotion doesn't expire. On screens, his performances still feel alive. The way he moves, the way he commands silence, the way a single gesture controls thousands. It doesn't look rehearsed, it looks inevitable, as if the stage was always waiting for him. Artists studied him, not to copy, but to understand. How confidence can come from honesty, how vulnerability can become strength. Freddie didn't perform perfection, he performed truth. That's why it lasts. Tributes came from everywhere, musicians, actors, fans who never met him. Different styles, different cultures, same respect. Because Freddie didn't belong to one genre, he belonged to expression. His influence isn't limited to sound, it's visible in fashion, in attitude, in how artists claim space without apology. He made boldness acceptable. He made drama powerful. He made being different visible. But legacy isn't only about impact, it's about connection. And Freddie still connects. People sing his songs together. Strangers become crowds. Crowds become voices. That shared energy, that's his fingerprint. He understood something early. Music isn't about control. It's about release. That's why his songs feel communal. They invite participation. They demand nothing else, just presence. Even now, his voice carries authority, not because it's perfect, because it's fearless. He sang high, he sang loud, he sang honestly. And in doing so, he made space for others to do the same. Time has tried to label him icon, legend, genius. None of it feels complete. Because Freddie Mercury wasn't a statue, he was movement. Still is. His story didn't end when his heart stopped. It expanded into influence, into inspiration, into permanence. Loss didn't erase him, it clarified him. What remained was essence, the refusal to be small, the courage to feel deeply, the insistence on being seen. His music continues to ask a question. Why hide? Why soften? Why apologize for taking up space? Freddie never answered softly, and the world listened. Years pass, trends change, but when his voice begins, time steps aside. For a few minutes, nothing else matters. That is legacy. Not memory, not nostalgia, presence. Freddie Mercury exists where music meets identity, where performance becomes permission, where sound becomes truth. And that truth keeps finding new listeners, new stages, new lives. The crown he wore was never about royalty. It was about ownership. Owning your voice, your body, your contradictions. That message doesn't age, it grows. And so does his reach. Long after the applause ended, Freddie Mercury is still commanding the room. Still lifting chins, still opening mouths, still daring people to feel more. The stage may be empty, but the echo remains. And as long as someone presses play, as long as a voice rises with his, as long as courage needs a soundtrack, Freddie Mercury is not finished. The story doesn't end here, because timeless legacies don't end. They wait for the next person who needs to hear this. Be louder, be truer, be unforgettable, just like him.